Here I am again. I just got done broadcasting in Twin Flames Divine, and now I am broadcasting in the sister group that actually started this whole thing rolling with Philomena a long time ago. Um, it was the first of the groups that she started, and of course, I wanted to make sure that I started today with this particular. Um, Reading day event portal. It's exciting. We were just in the middle of pulling cards. Before I pull cards, I do want to just say a brief beginning. First of all, I gave a lot of information about creating your union on the Twin Flames Divine video. So if you want more information on, what I talked about, I would love it if you would at least go ahead and take a look at that. I am going to give a brief introduction here about creating your union because I think that it is really what we've been sort of led to do since the very beginning in this whole process is to figure out how to create your union. And I think that we run the gamut of, geez, it's something that's created for me, and I just kind of roll the punches to, wow, I feel more empowered as a human, and now, wow, I can actually create the union that I prefer. And that is the foundation of the work that I've been doing personally for myself, but also I've been helping people ever since I started this path in 2012. Janae Johnson was one of the first people. Her and I teamed up together to try to figure out this path. And I cannot tell you how many people I've worked with, as I was going along this path. And I just always knew it was moving in a direction that I needed to reach a larger group of people, because this really isn't just about, it is about sacred partnership, but it's about ascension. And it's about gaining higher perspectives. And it's about unlearning belief systems that are not healthy. And it is about letting go of blocks that stop you from being your authentic self. And all of those things are things that I've learned on this path. And all of those things are things that each and every one of us learns on this path. It is the path itself to ascension. So it is about union. First within yourself, and then creating that in connection and sacred partnership with another. And what that is going to look like for every single one of us is going to be completely different. And that's the new thing that came through. That was a blog post that was channeled through me that I did some, real introspection into. And that's the truth. Each one of our unions are going to look completely different. There are no rules anymore to the game. There are some that are going to want to be polyamorous, and they are both going to want to be polyamorous, and they are both going to be polyamorous. There are going to be those that want to be just one-on-one and as close to the traditional relationship as they can get. There's going to be some that are literally going to decide that they want to create union with their soulmate because their soulmate gives their soul more satisfaction. I'm just trying to tell you that the way we create union is up to us. And the path itself reveals what you really, really want. And that's why it hasn't happened yet, if it hasn't happened yet, because you don't know what you want yet, or you don't quite have it all figured out within inside of yourself, and you haven't come into full alignment with it. So some of the work that I'm going to be doing through the TSU portal is acting as an encouragement and support system in helping you create your unions. All right. And I'm going to be doing it by being very involved in the group. And, I've talked about this before. It's a quantum experience. It will deliver what you need. No one knows exactly what's going to happen next. And the beauty of who I am is I am right there in the moment of now, able to create what needs to be created at the time it needs to be created. I don't do real well with planning. Planning doesn't go real well for me. Doesn't mean that I don't have some general sense of where I'm going, but you can't plan this journey. And I think all of you guys understand that, right? You just can't you can't make this stuff up. So That's a little bit about, the portal and the things that I'm going to be providing there, but just a little bit about me. And I didn't really talk about this in Twin Flames Eternal. And what I bring to the platform is that I am a student, a spiritual student, and I would say that I am in walking mastery, in that I am walking into my mastery in different areas than I may have done in other lifetimes. And this mastery is all about coming into my wholeness and also creating the reality I prefer and creating the union I prefer. And so in a sense, as I walk that path of mastery, I am in a teach and learn and teach situation. My schools of thought and where I resonate most with is Abraham is very resonant with me, Esther Hicks, and I completely understand creating your vortex, becoming in alignment with your vortex, getting out of your way. In fact, sometimes I can literally start channeling the information from Abraham and I'm like, oh my God, is Esther Hicks in the room? Because I can feel the energy of it. So I'm very closely aligned with that energy. I'm also very closely aligned and probably am akin of Bashar, in that I have a very strong dominant directed personality. I can be just as, there's something about the energy there, but he teaches create what you prefer. How do you create what you prefer? It's a similar thing, but it's a different vein of consciousness. It's just slightly different flavors, but I have both of those. And the other thing that I have is I've been walking with Katumi for the last couple of years through, Kalina, and now literally in my own space. The information is always there. He's always, he's there if I need him. I don't call on him all the time because I don't need him all the time, but he has been an amazing teacher for me. Cryon, I'm very connected with Cryon. I can't tell you how many, when I've listened to his stuff, it's like, yep, you're talking about me. Yep, I'm I'm right there with him. And finally, what goes back the furthest is in 1990s, I was studying A Course in Miracles, which talks about the difference between the special relationship and the holy relationship. Well, isn't this a trip? Because literally this path is about getting rid of the old special relationships and coming into holy relationship. And the special relationship being kind of like the templated relationships, where the holy relationship is something that you gain with one particular person, all right? But that it's translated across to all. And that's how we know our oneness. So, oh my gosh, I put these pieces together and said, oh my gosh, I've been studying this for a long time now. So that is the experience that I bring forth when I come here, and my own personal walk on this path and dealing with all that I have dealt with. I've dealt with so much that I can really, really help people. Not only that, but I've connected with a lot of people who also are, like that I've drawn upon their experience. So this has been a 5-year intense path of walking this path with others. And that's what I want to bring to you all in the portal. So I'm not going to say as much about the portal as I did in the other, the other room. I would rather get to reading some cards. You can look at my website, True Sacred Union, and that's going to show you what the portal is. But it is a support system for you if you feel that you resonate with it, to where we can all work together in a learn and teach and learn kind of environment to get you in alignment with the union that you are trying to create, and that whatever that union is, it's perfect. So I hope you'll check that out. I am doing a live Q&A on my own True Sacred Union community page at 7:30 tonight. We'll do some card pulling. It's going to be a lot more Q&A. I want to give away some memberships, so I'm going to get back to drawing some cards. I am going to first go back and look at the thread for Twin Flames Divine, because I want to keep going on that. Then I'm going to go to Twin Flames Eternals list. Hi, everybody. I'm glad everybody's here. I'm just one of those people that goes live, and you're probably going, hey, I really want to say hi to you, and you're not even paying attention to me. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Kaskia, Gloria, Donna, Gemma. I mean, I can't even scroll back very far, so I can't even see everyone, but I love that you're here with me. Thank you so much for being here. And I always go back and respond after the video goes live, and just, if nothing else, send you a heart and let you know that I have connected with you. So the place that I left off is Alyssa. I'm going to start, and the whole thing that I'm doing right now is I'm using the Ascended Master deck, and I'm going to pull cards until we see a twin flame card. When we see the twin flame card, that person's going to win a membership. But I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to reshuffle, and I'm going to do it again, and we'll get as far as we can. I'm trying to pull as many cards as possible, and then I'll move that card pulling to tonight and try to do more there if I don't get the twin flame card. I'm more than halfway through the deck. I'm really pretty sure that we're going to see the twin flame card. We're going to start over. I want to get to everybody as I can. Really didn't expect this, to have so many people with your card readings, and I love this. I mean, who would have ever thought? I just never would have thought this would be for me, but I love doing it. So here we are. Alyssa Hershenko, we're going to go ahead and pull a card for you, and it is the Come Out of the Closet. And I should have moved that light. There we go. Come out of the closet. All right, so there's something that you need to discover inside of yourself. And no, it doesn't mean that you have to be gay and you're coming out of the closet. I think everyone always thinks, coming out of the closet doesn't always mean confessing your love for another person either. I think that but there's something that you're dealing with right now that you know is sitting there. You know it's something that you need in your life. You know that it's something that you want to express, that you want to share, that you want to create, and maybe others aren't aware of it, or you've kept it hidden because you're not really sure you want other people to know. Well, this is the card for you. Amaterasu, basically saying come out of the closet on that. So that is your card, Alyssa. Angel Warren, follow your hearts. Okay? Whatever your heart is telling you right now about whatever it is you're dealing with right now, because we're in the portal right now. So all the cards that I'm drawing right now are about this moment of now. But if you're not seeing this until this moment of now, at a later moment of now, it's still your moment of now. So whatever is going on, and whatever you're trying to get answers to, I love St. Francis, it's Kuthumi, one of Kutumi's lifetimes. Following your heart is always the answer. And it's really hard to do. Following your heart is really hard to do because your head wants to get in there and tell you a bunch of stories. But if you just go into your knowing, you're going to know where you're supposed to go on that. So whatever it is you're dealing with right now, that's your answer. And Dylan, Kelly, you get the positive change card. That goes right along with, it's funny. I got to figure this out. This is driving me nuts. Positive change. All right. It's interesting because that goes along with my Divine Feminine reading that I did. It's kind of like, I feel this, that's why it just came to me, that's coming from this reading for you, this positive change. It's kind of like you've gotten through something where it's like once you've gotten through it, it's enabling you to literally make a shift to a more positive place. So whatever it is that you've been dealing with, whatever you've been searching into and you've kind of been struggling through, it's like you kind of gotten to the other side of it. And that is going to create some positive change for you. So that's what I'm getting on that card. And I hope that that's helpful. In this, I see, really warmth, the sun in the background, just really warming up your situation. If it's been kind of cool or chilly, it's kind of like you can rest now in the fact that there's some warmth warming you up over the situation. So anyways, that's your card. Angel Mary, let's see. All right, you're wondering, am I talking to my twin flame, or have I talked to him, or do I know him yet? I'm wondering what's going on with your journey. Okay, if you have the question, have you met him yet, then you haven't. It's just that simple. There's no way you can mistake that catalytic heart connection. Now, you can have several of those connections, but I mean, I'm just going to answer that. But that does not mean that you are not on this journey. If you're drawn to this information, this path is something you're highly motivated by. In other words, you are seeking a union. The union may not be with a twin flame. The union is going to bring you the most incredible joy when you reach union within yourself and you find it within another. All right. Peace offering is the card that you get. Let me just add something, based on the card. It's kind of like you almost have to come to peace within yourself that this is not really about finding a twin flame. This journey is really about sacred partnership and union. And union, see, the twins came to literally put all of that into the collective consciousness, the field of experience, the field, the consciousness field, so that all of these old template patterns would begin breaking down. And now it's available for everyone. I don't know if you're a twin. I don't know what your connection is with the heart catalytic, but if you're focusing in this direction and this is what you want to create, more than likely you will end up creating it, but you need to come to peace within yourself to let it go and realize that you can still decide what kind of union you want to create. Your experiences are going to trigger you. Your relationship experiences are going to trigger you. The men you meet or don't meet are going to trigger you. It's all going to be for the purpose of working out what you want in your union. So that's the card that you get. All right. Gloria Berenson. Wow. Can't believe we haven't gotten the twin flame card yet. Find the blessing in your current situation. I love this card, and it's because it is exactly what I talk about when it comes to, even if you have something you don't prefer right now, it's a stepping stone to where you want to go. So long as you don't focus on it in a negative way, when you're in a situation, finding the current blessing that situation brings you is really about not matching it vibrationally with things that are unhelpful, things that will not be in alignment with what you prefer. And by doing that, you literally use it as a stepping stone to what you do prefer. You can't get to where you're going without being where you are. And that's something that I learned a little while ago, is that, you may not be where you think you want to be, but you're where you are. And you need to stay where you are and do what you're doing where you are in order to get to the next moment of now and the next moment of now and the next moment of now. So love this card. And that's a message for you. All right. Mindis Cole, the card that I'm pulling up for you is Nurture Yourself. Okay? And nurturing yourself can be all kinds of things. But this is where and it's funny because Mother Mary has her hands like this. I do this a lot. Nurture yourself. I look in the mirror and I say, I love you. Nurture yourself. Look at yourself and put the love in your heart and let it radiate out to yourself and see the beautiful person that you are, and do this. This feels so good, this feels so good just to hug yourself and to realize that you have all the abilities to do that within yourself. So I want to say those kind of nurturing things, but I also want to say, take time to stop. If you're going, take time to stop, even if it's just a couple of minutes. And what I like to do is just, like I say sometimes, I'll tune into the sound of the lights, the electricity. That's 0 point. That is nurturing yourself. It's removing yourself from the chaos that life hands us and gives you a moment of breathing space. So anyways, nurture yourself is coming up very, very strongly. Well, Debbie Dubois. No, that's me. I just put a smile on there for everybody at one point during the day. I don't need a card for myself. I think the cards that I read yesterday the divine feminine masculine readings that I did yesterday just blew me away. I was like, oh my God, yes. Those were me. Those were spot on for me and a lot of people around me. So if you haven't seen them, check them out. Heather, yes, yes, yes. You get the yoga card. Now, Kalina always, she would always say that to her, this card is the union card. So, union card, I tend to think of it as the union card, but there's also something else that's in here for me that I saw just yesterday, and that is, coming into a place when you're doing yoga. The thing that happens is you get into a really great state of unattached from thoughts. It brings you to the moment of now, as you're stretching or whatever. You're focused in the moment of now completely. You don't have a lot of thoughts going on. And that piece right there, when you get into that space, 0 point space, that right there is what creates your union. So I would say whatever you can do with yourself to get yourself into that Zen space, that space of no thought. It could be yoga. The thing about yoga is it really forces you to focus your attention pinpoint on one thing as you're stretching it, that one thing, and then you don't tend to think of anything else. But that this is really important to creating your union, is to get into that space of no thought. So there you go, Heather. All right, Gloria. Did I already do Gloria? Let me see here. I almost feel like I did this one before. This is where we get into tricky things when you've got so many people. Okay, I don't have Gloria above, so I'm just going to go ahead and read the card. And you know what? It's interesting because it's the same card. It's the same question. She had a question, will I meet my twin flame? Again, I've answered that. More than likely you're on this path because you're highly motivated by a catalytic heart awakening connection. But even if you're not, you want sacred union, and sacred union requires the same steps as everything else, just differently. And you just have to let your path unfold. And the good news is that I've seen it all. So in any way that I can be of help. All right. Energy healing is a card that comes up for you. And I almost want to say you are aligning yourself for an energy healing. You may have some healing in you, but I almost feel that the universe is going to, through this portal or whatever is happening right now, is providing you with some healing that you need right now. Very magical, very magical. And it might even be coming from the other side. I mean, either that or you're working with someone right now that's doing some of that healing work for you. So that's kind of what I'm picking up. And that's really all I'm getting on that card is, just be attuned to the fact that there might be some stuff that needs to be healed and do the work. I guess my motto is always do the work. And that means recognizing when you have something to be healed and finding a way to heal from it. All right, so let me see. Maribel, your card is drink more water. Maybe if I just pull these cards back, drink more water. Now, I want to say that would be the normal drink more water. Yes. But I want to say there's something that's coming to me in addition to make sure you're hydrated, which is water is also emotions. And I want to say allow yourself to be in your emotions, to allow your emotions, to allow them to be with you more. And when they are, then you will be able to do what you need to do to release the ones that are not helpful, if that is any help at all. And as part of that process, the water that you take into your body really helps you with releasing and cleansing that. So hopefully that is a good help for you. Okay, Dana or Dana, I'm not sure which. In your situation, you're being asked to choose peace. This can be peace with another person, or peace within yourself. Essentially, when you create peace within yourself, you will be peace with another person. So if you've got something going on right now where you have been, I want to say, not at peace. I mean, to use the other side of the coin, the words are, I'm trying to think, not at ease. If there's something that you're just not at ease about, again, get in alignment with the vibration of what you prefer. And you have to find the tools to do that. That's the kind of stuff I'm really looking forward to doing on the platform. Because I mean, I'll be able to say, hey, here's something we can do right now to go raise our vibrations, because we're not in that state. But it is that conscious decision, conscious choice that you want to be at peace. And then you find ways to attain that. You find ways to be that. So whatever your situation is right now, choose peace. All right, Jess. Oh, Jess was like, I don't know if I'll have missed my opportunity. Well, here we are over on Twin Flames Eternal answering your question. And this is the answer. This is my buddy, Katumi. I adore you. Katumi is all about staying focused. He's all about focus on what you prefer. Focus on what you want to create. Stay out of the mind, keep in the heart, and laugh a lot. But the focus is so important. Decide what you want in your union, he's saying. Decide what you all want in your unions, he's saying. Allow that to unfold, because you might not know it mentally right now. But be assured that whatever is going to happen, if you allow your higher self, I'm getting this very clearly, if you allow your higher self to express what would bring you the utmost joy, what have you got to lose? You're going to be in complete happiness, joy, bliss, fifth dimensional and higher vibrations. You're going to be so happy. You're going to be able to leave all the old baggage behind. Got to stay focused on what you want to create and stay a vibrational match with it. Thank you, Kay. So that is for Jess. So you didn't miss it, and you got my Katumi card. Stay focused. All right, Sandra. I can't believe I haven't gotten the Twin Flame card yet. Focus upon your strengths. Apollo. All right. What is it you're really strong at? What is it that you're really good with? There might be a lot of things, little things that you beat yourself up about that, I'm not this and not that. But if you can, again, it is all about raising your vibrations, and it's all about becoming in alignment with what you wish to create, what you prefer. If you can focus, from Katumi, focus on what it is you're good at. Find out what you're good at. Go back into your own knowing and your own experience from your life. Find out what you're really good at. Focus on that. As we're at this portal, it is time. People, all of us, it is time to figure out why you're here. What strengths do you bring to the planet right now to help us with this ascension process? What is it that you do? Focus on that, and you will find your answers to why you're here. Thank you, Apollo, for that message. And that was Sandra. And Kelly Belly, let's go ahead and give you the card of, on your path and in this portal, you need to know right now it is time to trust. It's time to trust the process. And this is a huge process. I don't know how we all as a collective came up with this process for ascension. Some people would say, well, it's a roundabout way. You could just go straight there by dropping every single belief you ever have. Well, I wish I was that strong, and I wish I knew how to do that, but I don't. There's too many things on this planet that I'm currently attached to, and experiencing sacred union is one of them. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to just go through that process to get there. But what's called up is trust in the process. It's all set up for us. We set it up. We're part of the structure that set it all up. And if we stay in our knowing and we trust ourselves, and we support each other, which is again why I wanted to create this part of this Twin Flames Eternal, Twin Flames Divine, and the sister groups that Philomena set up. This was all part of the plan a long time ago. We didn't know it. We were just here doing what we love to do. But we didn't understand that we were finding a place for a group of like-minded people, and some people who are getting stuck, and some people who are really not having a good time of it. Some people who really, really would rather just freaking walk out of this path and say, I don't want this. It's too hard. It's painful. We created these groups, and now this portal. This is a way to move through all of this in the ascension process. It's beautifully orchestrated. We have to trust. We have to trust. Heck, I didn't know what I know now then, right? And I just keep on going. All right, so Kelly, so that was all the Twin Flame Divine. Now I'm going to go over here to Twin Flame Eternal and pick up where we left off. And now there's some people's names that I see again. And I'm going to, all right, Gabriella De La Rosa Wade, I'm going to pull a card for you. You are not here. You said you are not going to be able to watch, but flow of prosperity. Well, you're probably busy working on that prosperity, which is why you can't be here with us right now. But anyways, the flow of prosperity is there for you right now. And I want to say it's a spiritual prosperity. It's not necessarily, it is, there's always a financial, an abundance component, but the prosperity here is definitely the flow of, all things good when it comes to your path. All things coming to you, coming together to give you the abundance that you need on the path, the abundance of all, not just money. So that's what I'm getting on the Lakshmi card for, let me see, where am I? For Gabriella. Now, Pamela Thomas, I am now pulling a card for you. Again, this is like my favorite card. I'm Sagittarius. And creating in my union, it's going to be extremely important for me to create my freedom, because I need to know that the connection is always there, which I do. And I also need to know that I can go and do whatever it is I need to do without resistance from that other person. I need freedom. So freedom is one of my favorite cards. Spiritual freedom is what ascension is all about. We get away from codependency. We get back to our basic self, which means we can be here, they can be there, and we are together, but we are doing what we prefer to do. Now, sometimes you'll be in the same space doing what you prefer, but other times when you're not, the freedom that comes with not wondering what that person's doing, not wondering, oh God, oh God, oh God, all that. No, yuck, freedom. Give me freedom to not worry about the other person, to just know what I know is that the connection's always there. And whatever that other person's doing, they're doing for their highest good, because they've worked out all their stuff. And they're not out trying to find, something outside of themselves to make themselves feel better. This is what union is. And it's all about freedom. So that's a great card. I love that card. All right, Pamela. Now, Jenny, I am actually getting to your card. You will not be here to watch, but you can see after work. Take charge of the situation. We are very powerful beings. Taking charge of the situation merely means taking charge of your own perspective of it. And that's what's coming through very strongly for me right now. Our perspective is what gives us control. If we are in a situation where we feel we have no control, we lack control, we want control, then guess what? We don't have control. But when we can drop the need for control and we can just go into the center of our being and move in that moment of now without a sense of having to control, but trusting, that's the ultimate control. That's mastery. That's what I do. That's what I love. That's why my walk has gotten so exciting for me, because I've gotten to where, lots of situations happen that I don't prefer. Oh my God, I had server problems when I was first developing this platform that I thought my partner and I were both going to hang ourselves. We were like, oh my God, can't take any more. you know, but I look at it now and then look how I came through it and I went through it and I learned how to let go of it and I learned how to, this is just mastery. And I want to teach how to do that, how to really take charge of situations in the true power that you are. So I hope you'll join me on my platform. Let me think here. We're going away with the Moses card. We are now on to, well, Philomena, you already got your card. Starry Shaya. It's so funny. We have this running thing going about me getting blocked on Facebook because she has a group, Twin Flames Journey. I want to say Twin Flames Journey. Oh my gosh, forgive me. It's like there's a lot of the names and it's like, there's three and then there 3 words and 4 words. But anyways, we're always laughing that, you know, she shares my post for me because I've gotten blocked on Facebook for sharing my posts. The people that want my posts. So please, anyone, if you find my stuff, please share it so that Facebook doesn't block me. All right, Shaya. Purification, White Tara. So, of course, the first thing that comes to my mind, of course, is, you know, purifying the body and, you know, trying to take in only those things that really support your body. But I also want to say it's the purification of those belief systems and those thought systems and to continue to remain, how shall we say, vigilant, to make sure that if you have a belief system that's working against you, like if you find yourself going into a negative space, you'll kind of be like, that's not helpful for me. So purify that, you know, let it go. Go into it, say, what is this doing to me? Oh, this is, because it's like food. Belief systems are like food. What you put in is what you get out. And I want to say that that's more purification. Of course, we all can use purification. I know I can. I'm going to reach right over here. My cup of coffee. It's like I have this cup of coffee that's all the way up to the top. I haven't even drank it all day. It's still sitting here. And I know, purify the body. Well, my soul's finding a way to purify it by not giving me opportunity to drink it. So it's still there, but it's not. So purify. Shaya. I love you, dear. All right. Teresa Blackburn. And Teresa got the Twin Flame card. Yay! All right. So Teresa, you are now a member of the True Sacred Union portal, and I'll contact you about what that means and how to get you on there. But I want to say, you know, I'm going to go to this card, and I'm just going to say, you know, when I look at this card, and it's Angus, and he's looking off, and he's kind of like, I want to say, he's dreaming. And in a sense, that's what we are all doing here. We are dreaming our reality. And when you learn to control your dream is when you learn to create the reality you prefer. And so the Twin Flame card to me is really the ultimate creating your union card, because you have to really go deep and ask yourself an awful lot of questions about what you prefer and what you want and what you seek in connection with another. We're all one. Essentially, at the soup of creation, we are all one. How we discover that in a physical way is the beauty of the Twin Flame, Sacred Heart, Catalytic Heart Awakening path. Is how do we see that materialize in the ecstasy that comes, and sometimes nightmares, no, but the ecstasy that comes from the absolute perfection, the perfect experience, expression, your creative expression of what union is to you and the joy that it brings you and the bliss that it brings to you. That right there is what shows you who you are. It isn't a limit to who you are, but it is a foundation to show you just what you are. So anyways, I'm very excited, Teresa. All right, I'm gonna put this twin. We're gonna do this again. I'm just making a note here. Teresa Blackburn. Now, I am not done giving away a membership or readings because there's so many of you that want to. I still have 15 more minutes here. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to actually shuffle these cards back in. I'm going to shuffle these cards and I'm going to keep going. and see if I can pull some more cards for people that have been waiting. And in the meantime, I don't know if I'm going to be able to scroll up on this thread here. Yeah, there's so many people. Like I'm seeing Magda, Damagala. Can I get in line? Oh, Teresa, she says, oh, is that coffee cold? It's very cold. That's so funny. Yep, Teresa, so I'm sitting here and now I'm able to actually look. When you ask about your twin, Lena says the internet goes mad. Oh my God, tell me about it. Debbie Johnson Sinclair, Melanie Noble, Peter L. Perfect. I love you, Peter. Gosh, I've seen you around for so long on this journey. You just wrote about freedom in relationships. Now we're talking Peter L., Divine Masculine, all the way, people. Love you, dear, so much. Keep writing. We need to hear more from the Divine Masculine. I'm always encouraging, maybe even some collaboration, talk about collaboration. That's the other thing that's going to start coming up. And it came up in the reading that I had for the Divine Feminine. We are actually coming into new collaborations all on this path. So let's talk about that, Peter, if you want to. Let's see, Tamara Firth, Mandy, Sandro, Andrea, Lakshmi. I mean, you guys, there's so many of you here. It's like, nothing would be better. And I know this day is coming. I am going to have one big group. Like, you know how Abraham travels around and has people show up? I want to do that, only I want it to be all of you. I want all of you to show up, and I want to say you are these soul tribe mates that I've been on this path with, and I know who you are, and be able to even do this kind of work in person, because I just love you all. All right, we're getting cards popping out. All right. I see so much coming for the future, so much, so many ways for all of us to connect and collaborate. And I someday I'm going to be a dream maker. Someday I'm going to be that person that somehow, some way is going to have the financial wherewithal. I've sown many seeds over the last 10 years in ways that I could become financially prosperous down the road. Could be today. Let's just make it today. And I would love to be a dream maker, because I would love to work with all of you and collaborate on what it is that you love to do and actually see you materializing union. And we're changing the whole fabric of our reality together. Isn't that amazing? All right, so let me see. So Jennifer Hagemeyer, I am going to pull a card for you. Wouldn't that be funny if it was a twin flame card? But it's not. It's the come out of the closet. So we talked a little bit about this when I drew this card earlier, and I'm not even sure if it was in this room, but there is something inside of you that wants to be expressed. All right. Now, it may be something that you wish to tell somebody. I need to tell somebody this. You just have to decide how to do that appropriately and not to go off the deep end doing it. Yeah, it's like you don't want to get and shout from the rooftops what you want to say. It's like, or what you want to express, what you want to show up as, what you want to show. It's not like you got to shout it from the rooftops, but you got to come out subtly, and you got to find a way to do it that really, that really resonates with your own heart center is what I'm getting. So there's something there that needs to come out in order for you to keep moving on the journey. Great time to do it. The portal. All things are open. And I know there's so many people, all of my colleagues out there, and I say my colleagues, they're my friends, my beautiful friends, are all doing work out there spiritually right now in the community. Some are out doing, portal work, and some are out there doing astrology work, and some are out there doing channeling work, and some other people are doing videos. We're all working together on this. And I just want to make sure that I acknowledge those people who are working really hard right now, right alongside of you and me and everybody else. Amanda, I don't know if you've ever asked me to pull a card for you, because you always say wonderful things. I love you. I love your energy. You're such a sweetheart. But I'm going to draw a card for you. Look at the card that came up. We've talked a little bit about this just here and there. We don't have a lot of in-depth conversations, but there's healing going on for you right now. There's healing going on for you at the deepest levels through Hilarion, which is interesting because Hilarion energy also comes through me. And I've got a really good association. But, you know, I want to say to you, the love that you are sending out is coming back to you in the form of healing. You always show up on threads, you know, commenting and complimenting, and your heart is beautiful. And that is coming back to you. And I hope you feel the energy of that is coming back to you. I hope everyone will appreciate. Amanda's just one of those beings that just shows up on the thread and just loves. And I love you. All right. Christy Saban, open your heart to love. Now, when I see this card, I want to say that it is usually shows up when you need to be reminded that you may have closed your heart for some reason. Okay. And that can be so subtle. Closing your heart can be just the slight ego, can be slight, the ego protecting you from getting hurt. So it'll tell you a story, and the story it tells you makes you want to say, oh, okay, I get it. And then you cool off a little bit and your heart closes just a little bit. This is just what I'm getting. The stuff just comes out. There might be a little bit of that happening. And I see here, Christy, I don't think that you said you didn't hear yours on the other one. I don't think that we did pull a card for you on the other thread. I did all of Twin Flame Divine. Now I'm doing, Twin Flame Eternal. And then I'll be doing True Sacred Union, my own community page with a lot of questions and answers and more card pulling. And that may go a lot longer. We'll just see. We'll just see where the energies take us. So, but this is the first time that you have, that you've been on here. And there's a little something that you may have that's blocking your heart right now to love. So I would say is to go in and maybe focus on it and say, is there a way I'm blocking my union in any shape or form? And do Ho'oponopono around it, because that would open that heart chakra up again. We all have to focus on keeping the heart chakra open. And I see some people, Monique, I see you like with the tear coming down saying, please. Well, I am definitely going to swing back to this thread here. And I'm just going to get a few more of the people that are on the thread from the Twin Flames Eternal Room that put up something. But I will come back to this. And if I have to go a little bit over, I will. It's not a problem because I don't have anything until 7:30. Except I probably will need to rest. It's so funny. I know some people who just know how much I love to talk. You know who you are. It's like, this is the perfect job for me, right? All right, Catherine Epinine, I want to say Espino Mendez. Listen, you get the listen card. And the listen card is always about going into your inner knowing and blocking whatever is keeping you from being able to hear the most important things that you need to hear in yourself. So that is the card that you've got. I'm also getting that you might have some clairaudience abilities. And if you still your mind and you ask questions, you may actually get some answers to that. So that's just something that just came in there. You might want to write them down, do some automatic writing of what you hear, and it would give you some answers. So that was Catherine. And then let me see. Dana, I want to just make sure that I didn't already get you here. Okay, Dana. I did do another Dana in another room, and I think that I already did. Let me look. Hang on just a second, because yes, I already got you from the other room. So I just want to go ahead. I'm going to go on Angel Mary. I got you as well. Katie Kilo. All right. And you are here, and your card is all about nature. All right. So I want to say for you, this is real nature. And the last time I pulled this card, I wasn't getting real nature. I want to say go outside. And even if it's not green out, Bundle up. If you're not in a place that's warm, bundle up. And it's almost like you need to breathe the fresh air. That's what I'm hearing. Breathe the fresh air. Practice your breathing out in the fresh air. And then as you're doing that, listen to the sounds in the environment. It will be very healing for you. And if you can do that where there's not a lot of like urban noises, that would be good. But even if there was, it's the fresh air that I'm hearing that you need. So I hope that that is helpful for you. And that's for Katie Kilo. Lakshmi, I don't think that I did pull a card for you before. I know that you were on the thread and I saw your name, but you are seeing the situation that you are dealing with accurately. And I talked about this before. You may be seeing it accurately, all right? Seeing it accurately. There's still something here, though. I want to say that whatever the situation you're seeing accurately may, God, I don't know why I'm saying this, may change in a heartbeat. You may actually, it's like, oh, yes, 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 yes. And it's like, oh, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing because what you're seeing is maybe not necessarily what you prefer to see. By seeing that, you will turn it around really fast and see it in a way that's more helpful. I hope that that makes sense to you. That is just something that just comes right out and I'm like, okay, don't know where that came from, but I'm glad I tuned into it. You might have to just drop me a note and see if that even was, right. Elizabeth L. Celeste. You get the balance, your home and career life. All right. This is something that a lot of the divine feminine are having to work on, is trying to find a balance between the two. But I want to say, and this kind of goes to what I said before about this card, but a little bit differently. It's kind of like it's not about compartmentalizing. That's what the masculine energy does. The masculine energy says, I'm at work, I'm at work, I'm at home, I'm at home. And I want to say that we are literally turning that on its head. And now if you're going out in an office and you're working 9 to 5 and you got to be on the job, then you got to be on the job. That's not what I'm talking about. But what I'm talking about is more like, it's almost like the career part is shifting to be more incorporated with your life and less in a separated state. So whatever it is you're working on right now might bring a little bit more balance to your life, and that it'll be a creative expression, which can be integrated into your home life and not have to be so compartmentalized. I hope that that helps. Gloria, I've already answered a card for you. Christy, I have. Mindis, I have. Ani, I believe I have not done a card for you. And I don't know how to say your last name, so I'll just say Ani, A-N-N-I, or maybe it's Annie. I'm going to pull a card for you, and that card is artistic expression. So you're being called to literally go spend some blocks of time doing that which you might have liked to do as a child in an expression of your creativeness. Gosh, artistic expression can run such a gamut. Some people are artistic in doing something technical. I mean, it's creative expression. It's something that immerses you. And it can be as simple as I said before, coloring in a coloring book, or it could be painting, or it could be singing, or, the list goes on and on. When we move into the artistic expression, we reconnect with our soul. And when we're connected with our soul, our perspective, well, first of all, our vibrations go up. And when our vibrations go up, our perspective raises. And that's what ascension is about, is literally raising into a higher perspective of your situation. So I would say that that is what is being called for you right now. Joe Goldsmith, I don't believe I've read a card for you. You get the Tehote right card, which means there's probably a really good benefit to you to pull out the pen and paper, or if it's a computer, and write down some things that you need to say. you know, and whether it's a creative expression, you know, I almost want to say if you've got a lot of love in your heart, you should maybe put that writing into poetry or something that allows you to express the love that you have. If you can't say it to the person, then you can at least say it to the universe and say it to yourself. Now, whether you want to release that to other people or not is up to you. But the expression, it's getting in alignment with what you prefer. So to express what you prefer, if it's poetry or if it's something along those lines, I would say the other way of writing is to uncover the things that you're not happy with and then to get rid of that and use it as a letting go process. But I don't really feel that energy with you on this. I feel more of a creative, like poetry writing, like you want to express something beautiful. So go to it if you've got some expressing to do. Mindis Cole. Now I'm starting to go, oh my gosh. Yes, Mindis, I did do a reading already for you. Lee Waltz, I don't believe I've done a reading for you, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull a card. This one didn't come up in the other deck. We got the Twin Flame before it. Clear and shield your energy. This is in these times, especially if you're in these connections and if you're spending any amount of time with people who are going through this ascension process, you're going to find that your energy fields overlap. This could be the person you're in a catalytic heart awakening twin flame relationship with, or it could be your family. It doesn't really matter, but I'm getting the feeling that it would be helpful for you to continually remember. I mean, it's a good reminder for all of us, but it's a really good reminder for you in particular to definitely clear and shield your energy fields regularly. And you could do that, you know, in a number of ways. I would say find the way that works best for you. If you want to call on someone outside yourself, I mean, some people know how to clear their own energy fields, and you know, if you do that, or you can call on El Moria, or you can call on gosh, I'll tell you what, El Moria, Archangel Michael, anybody is going to help you if you need it. I guess I would always say, see what you can learn on your own to see what works for you to clear that energy field. Go do some investigating, or maybe you already know. But anyways, that's the card that came up for you, Lee. All right, Gloria, I have done, I believe, a reading for you. Debbie Johnson Sinclair, I have not yet done a reading for you. Let's see. So we've got the masculine energies in here, all right? So the masculine energies are coming up to be balanced in you is what I feel. I don't know if this means maybe, gosh, the only thing that comes to me is maybe learning how to say no. And it's funny because that's not what I would ever say when this card comes up. But it's like the strength of the divine masculine or the masculine in general. One of the things that they really seem to have a good grasp of is boundaries. And I want to say that while this could have to do with connection with some of those masculine people in your life, I would almost say that it's coming up as a teacher for you to learn how to say no or learn how to put up your boundaries without closing your heart. That's the trick. The boundaries without closing your heart. I'd be interested to see if that resonates with you. Because this card can be read in a lot of ways, but this is what comes to me about it. So I hope that you find that helpful, Debbie. Rachel Anderson, you're getting the Go Now card. So that means, you know, whatever you've been preparing for, whatever you've been thinking about doing, you're getting the green light on it. It's time, you know, it's time to, you know, take your foot off the brake, put your foot on the accelerator, and move in the direction that you want to move in. And I don't know, this could be any number of things, you know. It's funny, it's like I'm connected, but I don't necessarily think of myself as a psychic. Like I could never just sit down and say, oh, this is why, you know, this person and that person, and you've got this person on this side of the veil trying to contact you. But I do get a really good sense that these cards, they're coming forth, and the information that I'm getting, I'm very strongly connected to right now. So you're really in a go mode. You're ready to do what you're here to do. And I think that that's excellent. All right, Ashley Banks, we've got a card for you. And we are actually coming to the end of this list that I have on the computer. Ashley, if you don't already know, you probably are here to do some teaching. All right, because you've got the teacher card. Now, either that, I'm putting it in front of my face. Either that or you are coming into a situation where you will teach and learn and teach with somebody, which is the same thing. You know, when you teach others, you learn. So even if you have a teacher in your circumstances, you will teach that person just as much as you're learning. So don't forget that. I think that's a pretty important thing to note. There really is no such thing as just someone being a teacher. And the reason why is because so much changes all the time. There's no such thing as mastery even, because things change all the time. And mastery is a walk. It is a practice. It's not like, I mean, when they talk about ascended masters, what I really believe that they're meaning is that they get to a certain level of mastery in certain areas and their physical vehicles can shift to a higher frequency and vibration. But when it comes to mastery walking, you know, that's the teacher, teach and learn. And that's the card that's coming up for you, Ashley. And then last on this thread is Raylan. And she gets the power of joy. I love joy. Life is really not always joyful, you know? I mean, that just comes to me. Life is not always joyful. There's a lot of things that happen in life that take us out of joy. But the trick is to try to look at the lighter side of what is happening to you and try to view it from a humorous standpoint. I started doing that with my family. I started taking things less seriously and it's things would be said and I would be going, seriously? Did that person just say that? And then I would just laugh and I would just laugh and I would laugh. And, you know, I think that a lot of that has happened because of my connections, you know, really teaching me to laugh about stuff. That's the joy. You create your own joy. So I want to say, you know, stay in this place, move in this place, spread this joy as much as you can. And it's an important part of your path. And of course, everybody all will thank you for that because you're going to be a lot happier, you know, to be around. And maybe you already are. Maybe I'm just telling you something to reinforce what you have. All right. Now, because I mean, it is 5 o'clock. I was going to end. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to see if I can only scroll back so far on this thread. I'm going to see if there's anybody that Magda, I believe, Magda Domagala, did I get you already? I don't think so. Gosh, this is testing my memory, you know. I have, well, anyone that's ever watched Vibrations of Love, Kalina and I know that my memory is not the best, but that's because I'm in the moment of now, you know, the moment of now. It's like I have access to stuff. But Magda, I think I have not read you, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And you're getting the detached from drama card. Okay, so this can be seen in two ways. I'm going to just read the energy of it. Yeah, I'm not getting that you're creating any drama. Although sometimes I feel like you might participate in it without really preferring to. It's kind of like we really have to learn how to unattach from the need to have the word in edgewise. I'm the worst person. I can totally relate, you know. It's like you allow the drama to go on around you and smile. Smile. Just know that you are not that which you are watching. These people that are around you have to work out their own stuff. And if you can find a way to not interject and get 2 cents in or contribute to the conversation, that will make your energy field a lot happier for you to live in. So that's the message there. All right, I do see Mandy Crookshank, and I have not read you. I do not believe. You get the persistence card, and that really is about going forward and never giving up. Never giving up. Say never give up, never give up. Because I'm being guided to say that, you know, you keep going and what you wish to create, you will create. The persistence, though, is when you're getting things you don't prefer. and you're like, oh, no, I don't think I want to do this. There's where you have to turn it around and say, what is it that I prefer to happen? And how can I see what's happening now as a step to get there? Which gives you the persistence to keep going. So I hope that that helps you. All right. Peter, I'm so glad we are in sync. I love that. I'm looking here. Let's see. Maura. Now, Maura, I know I've seen your name 100 times. I don't know if, I think I read you already. I'm pretty sure that I did. Or I'm planning on reading, I know, I bet you I was planning on reading you tonight. Let me see. But I can read you now if I haven't read you yet. Are you there? Can you just give me a quick yes or no? I've read you? And in the meantime, I'll, Marilyn, first time here, any guidance for you? I'm going to pull, I'm just going to dump that card because that card I just don't feel like was there. Priorities. Marilyn, priorities. And remember, Maura, let me know if I read you or not, okay? Because I don't think I did. All right, so priorities. So many things that we have to do in this world right now. Priorities will appear to you in what is in front of you right now. So yes, you have to think about what has to be done overall. And it's okay to kind of give that a look-see at the beginning of the day. What would I like to accomplish? But I want to say allow what comes before you that is pulling at your attention and handle the priorities as they come. This is an exercise in living in the moment of now. And living in the moment of now is what we're all learning to do. That's going to enable you to align your energies with what you prefer. So that's what the priority card is saying for me, for you, is just to let your priorities be determined in the moment of now. And if something comes up in the moment of now, and you've got other things, say, is this really, what is this that I'm doing right now? Is this really the best use of my time right now? That's the answer for you. Is this really the best use of my time right now? And if it's not, let it go. Oh, life purpose. Melanie put up a card for me. I'm going to look at it later. I'm going to read it and see what it says. And it's a prayer. It's Archangel Michael. Thank you. All right. Charla K. Oh my gosh, I'm missing people and I'm going to go back. Let's see. Can you do one for me? Charla says, you can do it. So you're getting the call that whatever it is you're focusing on, you have the things lined up that you are able to do what it is. And you don't necessarily have to postpone it anymore. It's like, yes, you can do it. And you can do it now because this is always the moment of now. And if you're getting this card now, it means, yes, you can do it now. So Archangel Michael energy of the strength of don't let yourself postpone something that you can do now. But seek your wisdom in your heart. You know, always seek your wisdom in your heart before you do it. But the card is saying, yes, you can do it. Let me see if I got an answer from Maura. Hang on. Oh my gosh, it's so hard because you can't scroll through all of these things. Let's see. Maura. I'm not seeing Maura. You know what? I'm just going to read you Maura because it's just ridiculous to go look for it. We don't have time for this stuff. We're just going to read you. Follow your heart. All right? So whatever inside is telling you where you need to go from here. Again, I've said this before and I'll say it again. This is the Katumi card and it's St. Francis. And the heart is your intelligence center. And if we could learn to focus on our intelligence center, Katumi, focus, we would never make a wrong decision. Problem is our head gets in the way and we tell each other too many stories. So we tell each other and we tell each other and we tell ourselves too many stories. So try to get out of the head, try to get into the heart and follow that. Follow what your heart's telling you, Katumi says, as St. Francis. Okay, let me see. So that was Maura. Lorraine. Let's see. Amy. Okay, Amy. Amy, I see you and I'm going to read you. Now remember, guys, I'm going to have to cut this off before too long, but go to True Sacred Union, the community page, all right, because I'm going to rest my voice after this. Go to the community page for True Sacred Union. I'm going to be on there, and I don't know how long it will be, but I'm going to read more cards. So if you haven't had a reading, go over there and type yes on that thread so that I can read you later. All right, this is for, now the name disappeared. Amy. All right, oh, Amy. See the other person's point of view. But what's interesting is just knowing a little bit about you. It's like you do seem to be able to see the other person's point of view, but maybe this is saying that there's something that you're not seeing about the other person. Well, and that may be because of the circumstances that you kind of did share. There is something about that other person's point of view. You know what it goes back to? I'm going to say this, and I'm getting more specific with you just because this is what I do. So you know, on the portal, in the higher level membership of coaching, if I've worked with you on a one-on-one basis and I do a coaching with you, this is the kind of stuff. I know your circumstances specifically, so I'm able to give you more in depth of what, because I have this high perspective of stuff. Thank God for that gift. But anyways, what I was going to say is the other person's point of view, this person has some demons, remember we talked about? This person needs to get those demons exorcised out of their whole field. That is what this card means for you. So this hasn't gone away. That person still needs to do their work. So that's the card. All right, Amy. Anna, you know what? I'm going to take, let me see. I'm going to take one more. I'm going to take one more. Anna Gibson. Well, I'll actually take two more. And I've got to, because I've got to rest between now and 7:30. You might not know this, but I actually woke up with a cold this morning. I also have some kidney stones I'm dealing with. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. When you get circumstances you don't prefer, you overcome and you roll with it, and you realize, oh my God, I'm not sick. And I'm not in any pain right now. I'm in my highest expression. This is what I want to hope with everyone, their paths. And so please, if you feel called to work with me in any shape or form, for the minutest way to a much deeper way, go visit my website, True Sacred Union, and find out if there's a way we need to be working together. But I am going to read the card for Anna Gibson because I have not read a card for her. And I'm going to, if I don't hit that Twin Flame card, we're just going to have to pick it up at 7:30 when I do the other. Crystals. So this I feel for you is about crystals. Like for some people, it could be, creating the fantasy of where you want to go with things. But for you, I feel really strongly like you have a connection with crystals, that either you have crystals or you're exploring deeper connections with crystals. And in that way, we would have something common. I just love my crystals. I mean, I know Bashar would say they're permission slips. This is one of my favorites. It's a selenite heart. I got it in Ohio. I love it. I just, I love it. And the vibrations that the work that you can do with crystals is amazing. So I don't know if that's something that you may be interested in working with, but this card came up for you. Magda, I'm going to take yours as well. Let me see. I don't think, now when you start getting into this many people, you start going, oh my God, did I read this person or didn't I? know I talked to you, Magda, but I've got all your names here, and I'm going to remember you. If you come back at 7:30 to True Sacred Union, we'll read some more cards. But Magda, you're getting finding the current situations, your blessings in the current situations. So again, stepping stones to what you prefer. Stepping stones to what you prefer. All of us have to start thinking this way. Stepping stones to what we prefer, and not match the vibration of what that little voice could tell you. Right? Then that makes your vibration go wee. So what you do is you start saying, oh, how can I look at this differently? All you have to do is say, oh, I really don't want this to happen. What can I tell myself right now that will make me see that this is part of the process? That automatically will shift your vibrations. So it's really important to learn how to do that. We don't have a twin flame card. I'm going to leave the deck right here where it is. I'm going to pick it up at 7:30. I will probably be doing this over the next couple weeks, just here and there on the fly. Watch out for me. If you see me pulling cards, I'm pulling for a twin flame card and I'm looking to help. The thing about the membership that I have, I really wanted to make it affordable. And one of the things that I haven't really talked about, the monthly price on the base thing is $5.55 a month. That's like a cup of coffee. It's a cup of coffee to literally start to be in an environment where it's concentrated high vibration, and where it's a teach and learn and teach environment, where it's not, it's very pure and clear. The next level membership is 1111. Okay, and that is 2 cups of coffee. Or if you look at the cost of 1 year is like having 1 session with me. I'm doing this to make it as affordable for everyone as possible. And one of the things that I explored, and actually my partner who helped me create this platform really wanted me to go ahead and charge up front. I went against that and I said, no, I want this to be something that is very affordable for everybody. No one has to come up with large amounts of money because this is something that, yes, there's people that have lots of money that can go and, put a lot of money in ashrams and go to places. This is for people who are really finding their creative expression. A lot of you are meant to go out and do something of your own, and you're going to create your own businesses, and you're going to support yourself, and you're going to collaborate with other people. Really wanted it to be affordable. And I look at it this way, it's like a membership for a health club, only it's not a health club. It's for creating your union. So anyways, and the final membership level is the $22.22. That's more intensive. That's if you want like more access to me. That's if you're, texting and want to text back and forth to me. Not all the time, because I can't be texting with everyone all the time, but when you got a real problem. So I didn't address that, but it is on my website if you want to go look at what's involved. I'm going to do more readings at 7:30. I hope you'll join me there. Thank you all so much. So many people have joined us here. So many people have been part of this. I love you guys. I mean, my family. And thank you for spending that time with me. If you're catching this on a replay, when you see me live, please stop by. Please say hi. I really do get to know who you are. I've been in the community a long time. There's people that I see around all the time. I can't text with everybody all the time, please no. But that's why I have to go to the portal as well, because I really want to be able to give that time to the people who have committed to saying, I've got to make this union happen. I want to create this union. So I'm everybody's friend. I love you all. Thank you so much for being with me. I will be back at 7:30 on True Sacred Union if you want to join me there. I love you. Namaste.